Bethesda.
Hi, Bethesda. We miss you. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Maria, and this is Mitch. And Naomi, for vets, and we're the children's ministry directors. We just miss everybody. We miss seeing everybody face to face. Miss everybody's hugs. All of your children. We just miss you. Yeah, this has really been something stretching and challenging for many of us this whole season. So we're just trying to make the best of it. We wanted to give you a little update / testimony about our Naomi. She went in for surgery. So the Sunday everybody prayed for her. Even in her sleep, she's a hair puller. The Sunday you guys prayed for her, I felt a shift. I felt something happened that afternoon. So background a little bit, rewinding a little. She was born with a little birth defect. A birth defect that needed to be fixed with surgery, and what it was her anus wasn't in the right place when she was born. It was too up north. It was too close to her other region, like the north region body part. Anyway, so the surgeon said that she needed to have surgery, and so we were going down that road, and he was just talking to us, kind of like giving us what the lowdown and what to expect. And he said that this and the mamas who I've chatted with, whose kiddos were also born with this defect, had also shared things that, like, you have to dilate her bottom using these like rods for a year after surgery, which was what he said too, and kind of prepared us for. That recovery was going to be ridiculously long, and surgery's lengthy. He said it was going to be up to 6 hours. Just preparing us for it, and we went in praying and just for a miracle, and he performed a miracle. So the Sunday you guys prayed for her, that afternoon we were changing her diaper, and we noticed that her hole was lower. Like, it wasn't, so originally it wasn't in the like sphincter muscle, it was away from it, so the whole surgery would just have to relocate the hole to match where the sphincter was. Well, I noticed it was lower, and so we called that Monday, the next day, and tried to get in to see the surgeon, and he was really busy that week, so he said that he'd like to do like a video appointment, and even on the video, that week we did a video appointment, and he was like, he looked really confused, and was looking at the charts, asking me all these questions, and he's like, I really want to, I still won't know, because our surgery has been approaching in a few days after that, and he said that he still wants to go through with the surgery, but we'll see her the morning of. So we went in. That day before was awful, but God was just in our home. Like, she couldn't eat for 24 hours before surgery, but somehow was like smiling through it all, slept like a rock, and there was just God's grace, and his peace was definitely in our home that day. And then the next morning we went in for surgery, and he looked at her and said, it's going to be just examined her and went in for surgery, still expecting a 6-hour surgery. And then about an hour into surgery, right? Not even an hour into surgery, we have our little pager, and we got a text from the head nurse saying that the procedure is coming to a close, that she's going to be out soon. So already that was like crazy awesome. We didn't, because if it was a 6-hour surgery, they would need to bring in another surgeon to do reconstructive surgery on her other organs, but that was not needed. So he, then after surgery, he came to us to talk to us and said that her, from where it was originally, her hole, when he measured it, it was so much closer. It was actually even partially in the sphincter, so all he had to do was do a little incision. I don't know if I'm sharing too much or if any of it makes sense, but to us, it was so just, that only God could do this. It was just such a miracle. And yeah, I'm still just floored.
We went home the same day.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 2-night, I'm totally taking over, but it was supposed to be a 2-night, supposed to be a 2-night stay at the hospital, but it was just literally in and out. Like by noon, 11:28, I remember looking at the clock that morning, and we were driving home. Like that's seriously, yeah, it was crazy. We came home and Allison's like prayer was answered, and we just celebrated that day. And then that was when, at that point it was just like there was coronavirus thing just started to unfold, and it wasn't quite like yet the lockdown, but we were walking into that. So already going into the season of what we are in now, we were like, okay, we're going to be we were already, anticipating being home with recovering the baby, and kind of our minds were already there. So it wasn't like a complete shock, right, when we were home. So kind of, I don't know, went into this whole quarantine with a positive attitude, like positive mindset, I'd say. We had some negative attitudes in the midst of this, but going into it, it's been, just positive. And so with that miracle, we're still on a high, like just feeling God's just goodness and love over us and her and our family. Just thank you. I just really want to thank each of you who partnered with us in prayer, and for our Naomi. We really, especially that day, we felt all those messages that we got just was super encouraging to us. So thank you, family. Thank you. Do you want to say something?
Well, the reason we wanted to share some testimonies is just wanted to kind of, bring you all together and see if anyone is out there that still needs a miracle or is expecting for God to move and whatnot. Just take our testimonies for you and accept them, and just believe that God is going to move in your life as well. And no matter what you're waiting for or you're asking for, God is good. He's always good.
Yeah.
Even though the news and everything is really scary, and if we really pay attention to all this stuff, then it could be very discouraging. So just wanted to encourage you guys a little bit, and God has been good for us, and we all miss you very much.
Yeah, so with that, just, God is still performing miracles, right? Like He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. I feel like, especially right now, we're hearing news of so many miracles just in the midst of all this, in this season just happening, pregnancies and just miraculous births, and Naomi, and financial miracles. Like, I feel like the Lord, if you're, like Mitch said, if you're waiting on something, even if you're maybe not expecting it, but we do encourage you guys to be in, just get excited, because God is on the move. He's performing miracles. He wants to give you what, he loves his children. Even going into surgery, I remember just like crying and like, oh my gosh, what if we're that 1%, or that something can go wrong, or why us? Like, why would God just, but why not? Like, we are his children. He loves us, and in fact, he loves her more than we could as parents ever love her, which really encouraged. I remember Michelle shared that with me, and I felt like I knew that, but like in that moment, I felt like I really needed to hear that. Like, he loves my children more than I can ever love them. So what we can't give her, he can. And so, if you're contending for a miracle in your finances or health, or your children, he loves you. He cares about your finances. He cares about your, just the little things. It doesn't even have to be big. Like, he cares about your mortgage payment, your rent, or your groceries. So just expect God to move. Like, lean into him, and he's right there.
Well, I also, for the last few days, have been thinking about, because going into this season with COVID-19, I don't know where I heard this, but one of the preachers or somewhere said, like, we live in such a day and age that if we really want to know some information, there's always somebody we can call and get some insight that has been through something. But right now is a time that you don't have anybody to call and ask, hey, how was it during COVID-19? What did you do?
During this pandemic.
Yeah, during this pandemic. So it's something, we're living through something nobody ever lived through. So it's a new thing for all of us, and it's really hard to really know how to act, how to react, how to move forward, how to just wake up and motivate yourself every single day. So I've been really on the pause. I had my goals for the year and objectives and direction. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to vision for my business, for my personal growth, and everything. And all of a sudden, I felt like everything has been on pause, and I've been just on waiting, anxiously waiting. When is this going to be over, and when will we go back to normal? And in the last couple of days, I've been almost hearing this challenge in me and saying, like, that instead of waiting for things to go back to normal, there is opportunities out there that just because I am on hold, I am missing out on. So I've been, in the last few days, I've been asking God and praying, God, what are the opportunities that are out there? Whether it's for your, I don't know if different people are going through different things, but personal growth, like in your relationship with your family, in your relationship with God, in your relationship with children, pursuing a dream. So there's always, and it could be individual for all of us, but I feel like today or right now is the season to not be on hold and wait when things will go back to normal or back to our familiar. Because sometimes, I think Eric Johnson mentioned something in his sermon this weekend, saying that a lot of people, or maybe it wasn't him, but everything just kind of, all the information is blurred up in my mind. But somebody said a lot of us would rather go back to our not so good familiar than step into unfamiliar territory.
Which can be exciting.
Yeah, so we're so used to things that we're familiar with that we would rather live a life that's undeveloped, not to our potential, instead of just stepping into extraordinary possibilities with God. So basically, I just shared a few thoughts that I've been thinking about. Maybe if this encourages somebody,
That's what we want.
that's what we want. Yes.
Well, we love everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Yes.
Hug your neighbors
Yes.
or
Each other.
each other.
Or yourself. You can give yourself a big hug.
I actually had a bunch of jokes,
Mm.
but Maria kind of cut them off. She said they're too
They were
not funny.
not that they're not funny. They just were inappropriate.
What do you mean? No. Inappropriate is not the right
no,
word.
that's not. No, it's not that they were anything like that, but not for what this is.
Oh, okay. This is a serious video. I think we should have started with this.
Yeah. Well, if you watched this whole video, I'm sorry, it's 16 minutes long. We love you, and maybe one day, face to face, Mitch can share those jokes with you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.